It is time to go racing in Chase race number 6 of the Gatorade Cup Series Season 10. We're on the West Coast for the running of the Sony 500 at the Auto Club Speedway. Jeff Bryant, car number 5, has the pole for tonight's race. Outside second, the 34 of Carter Friesen. Third place, we have Kashawn Richardson. Fourth, it's Luke Rainey. Rank out the top 5, it's second in points, Jade Jefferson, the 78 car. Sixth place, we have Riley Sprague with the 26. Seventh, it's Carson Bowers. Eighth, Levi Shones. In ninth, it's Anthony Hernandez. Rank out the top 10, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in car number 9. For the rest of the field, there's Steve Morgan. Inside him, Dale Lightning in car number 47, along with Sebastian Kukulon and Roman Fenway in the 13. Then there's Eli Bright and Marcus Sachi, the 17 car, with Adam Garcia and points leader Jose Mills in car number 27. Then with Anthony Foxy comes in third in the points. Michael Gregory, who's inside the 41. Then there's Riley Sampson and JJ Reed, with TJ Hanley and Max Anderson in the 83 car, with Scott Gregory and Justin Seidel in the 10. Then there's Luigi and William Seaman, with Antonin Charles Bois and Diego Gapez the 32. Then there's Patrick Smith and his teammate Isaac Nichols to his outside, with Trey Rainey and Derek Hamill, Marshall Burrow and Ryan Brommer, Jonathan Buford with Nathan Stapleton, Jake Richardson and then the driver looking for the Auto Club sweep this season, Griffin in the 7, and round out the field, 41st Edwin Mendez, 42nd position, the 43 of Casey Nanico. There is our 42 car field for the Sony 500 at the Auto Club Speedway. Let's go on track time, fire these cup cars out for racing in Auto Club.
Drivers, start your engines.
Crank it up. Sandy, how are you? You right up there? Where you at? Yes, sir.
The 42 car field is rolling off the starting grid to go Chase Racing in Fontana, California. One of the craziest Gatorade Cup Series tracks we go to, and it is smack dab in the middle of the season number 10 chase. Coming into this race, Jose Mills in the 27 has amassed a nice points gap. He has a 9-point advantage over the 78 of Jade Jefferson and 11 whole points over to Anthony Fox, who comes in third in the points. Those three right now have distanced themselves from fourth on back, but the question is, can someone try and close in on Jose Mills? Pace car to pit road, 38 laps in Fontana, California. Jeff Bryant to his outside, chaser Carter Friesen. Second in points, Jade Jefferson starts top 5. Can he try and close in on Mills here tonight? Green flag in the air. We're racing at Auto Club for the Sony 500. Back around, 4 wide for a second, but out in front, Kashawn Richardson is clear to lead lap number 1 of the race. 4 wide to the bottom goes the 13 of Roman Fenway, push from the 88 of Eli Bright. Big push, now 13 slides up, off across the nose of the 47. There's still 4 wide as Eli Bright goes 3 wide to the top spot. Big move out of the 88 of Eli Bright, almost 5 wide. Riley Sprague of California native pushing the 88 clear to the top spot, turns 3 and 4. Here comes Riley now 4 wide, he wants the top spot. Chaser Riley Sprague to California, around they go! Jose Mills in the outside wall, our points leader. They got some others, but the yellow flag is out. Jeff Bryant, our poles are involved. Back in front, Michael Gregory leads the race. Caution flag early on, and it's changed the whole complexity of the chase picture. Jose Mills, the points are hard into the outside wall in turns 3 and 4 to bring our first yellow flag of the race. Car sliding around on the apron. It looks like they're going to sort out just fine. Caution flag in the air. Massive points implications. Mills will be done. Nanico will turn up Charles Bois, Jeff Bright, Jade Jefferson, second in points involved. So the top 2 in the championship are involved. Jake Richardson as well is torn up. Caution flag in the air. The front 2 contenders for the championship wound up in a turns 3 and 4 crash. Jose Mills will be done. Jade Jefferson as well is going to be done. Let's see what happened. Racing off into turn number 3, Max Harrison, the A3 to the bottom of the racetrack. Anthony Fox, the 38, who comes in third in the points. He sees the front 2 points just to his outside. As they go through the corner, Fox, I think, just gets a little bit of a nose on Max Harrison, who slides up the racetrack, into Mills, into Jefferson, into Jeff Bright. Those three slam the outside wall hard. Jefferson piles into the 5. Mills comes off the wall. Kukulon barely escapes that. JJ Reed, there's the 5 into the 55 with the 43. Trey Rainey, I think, slammed on the brakes to get by as the last car through it. You can see Jake Richardson right there getting some slight nose damage. But the top 2 and the championship are done for the night in Fontana, California. Does that open the door for Fox, Freeze, and others who are trying to close in? And those front 2 and points, they looked almost unstoppable. Something some people have been talking about coming into this race. Jay Jefferson has never been a fan of Fontana, California. If he loses championship, it's because of this racetrack. Well, here tonight they were saying if he could get through this cleanly, he has a shot at the championship. But he was involved in this crash early on, along with Jose Mills. Let's go on board with those two. He had to be sickened seeing that A3 kind of come up into him and start that. And for Jay Jefferson, what was he seeing when this all occurred? Look at the cars that just kept piling in one after another. Brings out the car for the first time tonight. Michael Gregory, car number 41, back in front at our first yellow flag of the Sony 500. He leads back to the green flag. Michael Gregory is currently out in front in the Sony 500. Coming back around lap number 7, it'll be an early race restart in the Sony 500 here at the Fontana Speedway. Out from the crash, Jose Mills will finish 42nd. Jeff Bright 41st. For Jay Jefferson's a 40th place finish. He gains 1 single point. Jose Mills, this Mills will be getting 1 point. Jefferson will get 2 points. Casey Neco and the 55, Antonin Charlebois. Out from issues to their cars under the yellow flag, Patrick Smith and Carson Bowers both have mechanical issues. Smith was a piston, Bowers was a gearbox. How about that? 2 separate mechanical issues put them out of the race. Kukulon and Jake Richardson fall to the back of the field. They repaired some damage on pit road. They're back going though, as we have 35 cars on the racetrack. And on that, Michael Gregory leads the way in the 41 car. Riley Sprudge rides in second, Eli Bryant third, Steve Morgan fourth, and Dale Lightning in fifth. Roman Fenway, Kashawn Richardson, Anthony Hernandez, Max Anderson, Riley Sampson are the front 10. Back to the start finish line. Green flag back in the air in Fontana. How about Gregory, the jump he got there? He schooled everyone behind. Sprudge did not get going. Eli Bright saw that, went to the outside. He's going to be passed by Steve Morgan in turns 1 and 2. And Morgan might get to Sprudge as well. Great run for the 35. Great restart for Steve Morgan. 3 wide goes Hernandez to the bottom of the racetrack, the 4. Down the back of the race, side by side for second. Michael Gregory leads the way in the 41. He has not won this season, but he's had so many laps led. Hernandez looks 3 wide for the second position. There he goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Anthony Hernandez making some big money moves. He's up to second. He's going to be clear. His teammate Michael Gregory leads the way. Hernandez doesn't care about that. He wants to lead himself to the bottom of the racetrack. Back to the start finish line. Leader of the lap is Michael Gregory, the 41. 4 wide behind him to the corner. Hernandez to the front. 3 wide. They go. Scott Gregory to the inside. Max Harrison, a big move, the 8-3. They get 5 wide off turn 2. Oh, close there. Can they store it down the backstretch? 5 wide for the second position at Fontana, California. Rubbing, banging, pushing, and shoving. Through 3 and 4, they race still 5 wide. Something's got to give here. Multiple rows of 5 wide contact. Man, run, they're going to go again. Riley Simpson in front of the field. He's getting collected with Eli Bright, but no other race cars get major damage. TJ Anthony as well gets damaged. The yellow flag is out. Second yellow flag of the race, and somehow we did not wind up 15 race cars and all that. Great job everyone else getting by. 3 cars and all probably get damaged. Eli Bright may have actually escaped it, but Hanley and Sampson are the ones that get the major damage. Another one of our chasers having a bad night. Hernandez the 4 leads the way. Second yellow flag. We're not even 10 laps into the race. These drivers have come to play and get through this race and try and gain some points, and they're showing it with how they're making these aggressive moves on the racetrack. We got 5 wide multiple rows. That did not work out. Riley Sampson might be done for the night. It has not been the chase Riley Sampson has wanted to see, And this is just going to add on to it. As they go through 3 and 4, they were 5 wide down the backstretch. Some more cars make moves, and they get 5 wide, 2 rows deep. It was just not going to be enough room. Marcus Sachi and Dale Lightning right here. You can see the 47 and the 17. They're going to make slight contact up the racetrack to Sampson, to Fitzwater, to Morgan, to Gregory. 41 pounds to the outside wall. Morgan gets some damage right there. 40 is spinning around middle of the pack. Look at all the cars go high, low. Eli Bright slammed on the brakes and missed it. Hanley had nowhere to go, either into the 88 or into the 40. He chose the 40 instead of the 88. That's going to put Hanley out of the race and give Sampson major front-end damage. Otherwise, those were the only 2 cars that got major damage. Michael Gregory and Steve Morgan obviously have some damage after hitting the wall on each other. Fitzwater as well might have some damage. But Fitzwater did a great job saving his car. Gregory's got some pretty heavy damage on both sides. Eli Bright actually slammed on the brakes to miss it. The 88 car has 0 damage whatsoever, it looks like, to the body of that car. I don't think he ever made contact with Sampson. Let's look at this one more time from a different angle. There's the 5 wide. Then they get 5 wide again, and then 5 wide again. That's just never going to sort itself out. Contact. Look at Fitzwater's slide to save. Morgan gets some damage. Gregory gets some pretty heavy damage. And then Hanley and Sampson get the worst of it, though, as they're piled up on the front stretch, coming back to the start-finish line. Car number 4, Anthony leads the way in the Sony 500. He's down pit road, but it looks like some differing opinions on pit strategy. So some cars come down, some cars stay out. Look at this. Mixed bag. Some drivers think you can make it from here. Others are saying, no way can you make it from here. Hernandez leads out in front, but he's going to have to pass some race cars here. But I like this strategy. Even if you can't make it, right, those guys that stay out, they also can't make it. Hernandez, you can come through the field easily on a track like Auto Club. I mean, even if, say, 20 cars stayed out, but it looks like not many did stay on the racetrack. So it's going to be Carter Friesen staying on the racetrack. He is going to be our race leader once we get back going in the Sony 500 at the Auto Club Speedway. Coming back to the green flag after mixed pit strategy under a second yellow flag of the race. Out from that, TJ Hanley and Riley Sampson. How about radiator shoe? Not normally something you see for a reason of DNF, but the 23 at the 40 pretty hard in the front. That is the reason for Sampson DNFing. There are 33 cars on the lead. That Michael Gregory and Steve Morgan will have some damage after making contact with the wall and each other. So under this caution flag, Carter Friesen, Max Anderson, Scott Gregory, Dale Lightning, Marshall Burrow, Riley Spurley, Roman Fenway, Diego Yepes, Jonathan Beeford, Sebastian Kukulan, Edwin Mendez, and Eli Bright down the racetrack. The top 12 did that. 13th on back came down pit road for either tires or fuel. Some took fuel, some took 2 tires, some took 4 tires. And 13th, the first car off the pit lane. Green flag back in the air. Carter Friesen leads the way in the 34 car. That's one of our chasers trying to gain on what is now the front 2 points, wrecking out. Pack flies by to turn number 1. Friesen gets away. Valentine for second. Dale Lightning, another chaser. Let's throw to another chaser. So look 3 wide for second down the backstretch. The cars like Marcus Sanchez, Adam Garcia, Zachary Fitzwater that came down pit road, they're going to try and get back up to the front. Here at Auto Club, it's very easy to start passing people. So I'm really shocked more people didn't take that opportunity to come down pit road, even if you can't make it on fuel. If you're questionable on fuel, come down the pit lane, get some fuel in case you can make it from there. Because you can pass easily. Look at Marcus Sanchez. In 1 lap, he's already back up inside the top 10. He restarted about 15th or so. Carter Friesen, though, is the race leader. They battle for second. Jonathan Beeford, the 1 to the inside help from the 88 Eli Bright. Remember, Eli had to slam on the brakes to miss the spinning 40 of Riley Sampson. He's able to get the track position back. He's battling back for second now down the backstretch. But look at Marshall Burrow, the push from Adam Garcia on the bottom of the racetrack. They go 3 wide. Marshall Burrow, big push from Adam Garcia. He gets to second, but Garcia says, hey, I want that position now. To the inside goes to 22. Carter Friesen will lead the way off turn 4. Close there in the pack as cars almost got to the wall. Friesen down to cover the spot. Great lead. That 34 is a match right there. They look 5 wide again off to turn 1. Oh, they have to stop doing that. They're contact again up the racetrack. Contact. The 13 backed out of it because the 17 came up into him. They sort back down the 4 wide for now. Down the backstretch. 4 wide and 3 wide in the pack. Carter Friesen saying, please wreck so I can come down pit road. We get Cole Luigi, another California native, just like Spurley Tube. Coming up to the front, the 42 is Hernandez, the first car off pit road with more fuel. Up to second now, trying to chase down the 34, Carter Friesen. They go 4 wide for 4th. Cole Luigi, the 1 in the inside lane. Trey Rennie's pusher in the 18. Isaac Nichols on the inside as well. Cole's going to try and bear it to the bottom of the 4. He got a nose, but the 18's down lower. 3 wide for second. Friesen leads the way. Down the backstretch. The 4 got a great push from the 20 up top. Derek Campbell giving help to the 4, Hernandez. And I think Hernandez can't get down in front of the 18 Trevor, and he does right there. Can he have a run to the 34 now? Carter Friesen. Nichols pulls down the 18 for 3rd. And the 3, Sean Richardson goes even lower. How about Griffin Lynn, the 7, won here earlier in the season. Auto Club 400, race number 3 on the season. He's 4 wide now for 3rd into turn 1 on lap number 17. Can he sweep the season in the Auto Club races? Looks like we saw Derek Kimmel do a Pocono. Can someone do it here in Fontana, California? It'll be Griffin Lynn to do it. 3 wide. Nathan Stapleton, another one of our chasers to the bottom. Help from William Seaman. Front 2 are orderly, single file. Minding their P's and Q's for now. Just wait, though, until we get a little bit further in. The 4s have run on to the 34 now. Can he get to the inside on corner exit? Look at that. Some contact made further back in the pack. Williams team the 31 to the inside of the 16 for 3rd. Ken Hernandez gets to the inside of Carter Friesen. He's right in the back in the tailgate of Friesen to turn 1. He's going to look to the inside. Turns 1 and 2 right there. Has the nose, has the run. Side by side for the lead. 3 and 4 wide, and maybe even 5 wide, back in the pack inside the top 10. Drivers we're not talking about, JJ Reed, he barely missed the first crash. Luke Ray in the same boat as that 46. They're coming to the front side of the top 5. Justin Zeidel's on the inside lane in the 10 car. The 1 of Jonathan Buford's up here. Ryan Brommer in this lead group. Levi Schoen's a California native up here. Back down. Hernandez leads the way. Remember, he was the first car off pit road. He was set the restart in front, but then he came down the pit road. Handed to Carter Friesen. Hernandez got right back. Now Marcus Stanchi, Luke Rainey make a big move. Stanchi's up to 2nd. Rainey 1 second away. 4 wide down the backstretch. Oh, Friesen barely kept his nose out there. The A3 almost turned himself off the front of the 34. Stanchi says, I'm going to back out. I'm a chaser. I can't be doing this. And Luke Rainey for the lead out. Hernandez through 3 and 4. Inside lane. Zeidel goes 3 wide the 10. 3 wide. Oh, around they go. Fox in the outside wall. Griffin Lynn. 3rd in points is involved in the crash. Back around halfway. Hernandez with the race in the 4. It is not a night to be at the top of the points list. Yellow flag for the 3rd time. And our 3rd place runner of points has just been taken out. We saw Mills and Jefferson in the first crash. They came in 1st and 2nd in points. Fox missed the 2nd crash, but now is involved in the 3rd crash. He came in 3rd in the point standings. Craziness here in Fontana, California. 19 to go with our 3rd yellow flag of the race. And we'll see which drivers come down the pit lane. Obviously, if you stayed out, you're going to want to come down now. And does everyone want to come down? Looks like the 4 is the means of saying, hey, I want to come down pit road here. Obviously, Friesen and some of those, the drivers obviously stayed out under the first yellow. They're definitely going to be coming down now. But how bad is the damage to the 30 of Anthony Fox? Can you try and keep it in the race? There's the damage. It doesn't look race ending, but it looks like he's going to be off the pace for sure. And probably not be in the lead group. And that's a shame for the 30. It looked like he was going to gain a ton of points on the front 2 points. How about Nathan Stapleton, the 16? Griffin Lynn, the 7 involved. Stapleton came in a decent spot in points. Lynn came in at the bottom of the barrel. He was, I think, came in last in points. So not good for him. How Carter Friesen is staying out on the racetrack. He has not come down the pit road once this race. As everyone else behind him, no one has stayed out with the 34. Everyone else has hit the pit lane for fuel and maybe some tires. Thanks, Hernandez. Putting on some tires. Want some grip to the end of the race. I have no idea why Carter Friesen would stay out. You're past halfway. You can make it on field definitely from here. I just think that's a total misunderstanding right there. You would... yeah, I don't agree with that at all. If I had the chance now, it would definitely be come down pit road, especially if I was up front. But now Friesen, he's not yet come down the pit lane. He's going to have to pit at some point during this race. It's probably going to be under the green flag when it happens. So Hernandez leads in front. He's not going to be a race there, though. Carter Friesen stays out again to lead the race. Some interesting strategy for the 34 team going on. But his teammate Anthony Fox involved in a 3rd yellow flag of the race. He's repairing some damage now on pit road. Here's the reason why our 3rd yellow flag of the race flew into the wind. Riley Spurgeon to the 26 on the inside, the 30 of Anthony Fox, Griffin Lynn. How about that? A chaser 4 wide. Spurgeon to Fox, Lynn, and Stapleton, all of which are in the chase. As they go 3 and 4, Spurgeon a little too tight, comes up, gets the 38, up into the 7, into the 16, and the 31. Hard contact for those drivers. Pez spins around like a top. They come off the wall. Am Garcia back here. How about Edwin Mendez makes hard contact with the 7 of Lynn. Trey Rain, Derek Kimmel, again, they had to take evasive action. I think Am Garcia actually missed it as well, so... One of our chasers, Am Garcia, back behind the crash. Looks like he missed it. I think Hamill and Trey Rain may have done another great job of missing this crash. Trey Rain, remember, he barely missed the first crash. I believe he barely missed this crash as well. Spurgeon just got a little too tight, I think, down low and caused that accident. Look at Trey and Derek back there. Derek got low, Trey got high, and they both, I think, escaped without any damage. Great job by those Joe Gibbs Racing teammates to get through that unscathed. Hernandez led the field back to the caution flag. Carter Friesen, though, came back to the caution in the 6th position, but has decided he doesn't need fuel. He's out in front, but his Tank has to be running dry. 34 car out in front in the Sony 500 Auto Club. It has been a night for mechanical issues here in this Fontana race. Drivers have definitely been bitten by a ton of mechanical issues during this race. First, it was, of course, the 24 and the 19, both with under the same caution, piston and gearbox. All the rest were because of crashes, but now, Zidell, who is set to restart inside the top 5. Piston has put the 10 out. Dale Lightning, another one of our chasers, piston has put him out. 4 issues not related to crashes have put drivers out of this race here tonight so far. I mean, crazy how I think these engines and these cars are being pushed to the limit with how fast they're going, how much grip they're making. It's definitely interesting to say the least. 29 cars are going to be on the lead lap. Anthony Fox is in another chase position. But currently, his teammate Carter Fries has never come down the pit road this race. He's out front. First car pit road, Anthony Nez restarts in second. Luke, Rennie, Levi Jones, and Jonathan Beeford are the top 5. Green flag back in the air in the Sony 500. 15 laps to go. When does Carter Fries have to come down pit road is the big question. And he has not yet come down the pit road here today in this race. Hernandez has made 2 trips to pit road. Luke Ray has made 2 trips to pit road. They right now ride second and third right behind the 34. It's just crazy to think that we've had 4 mechanical issues not related to crashes here tonight. It's unbelievable what these drivers are facing in terms of, issues to their cars and whatnot. Carter Friesen has never come down the pit road this race and has not gotten any fresh air on the car. He's doing a great job out in front. Hernandez has 2 fresh tires on the race car right behind him. Luke Ray, the 2 trying to block the 14 Scott Gregory, trying to keep those teammates away from each other as the front 2 break away from third on back. Turn 1, Hernandez trying to gain on the 34th. Carter Friesen running right in the draft of Carter, trying to get a nice slipstream suck up onto the 34. Down the back, right on the back of the 34 of Carter Friesen goes the 4 of Hernandez. Scott Gregory looking on Luke Ray. The 2, though, blocking him off nicely, giving him behind him for now. Off to turn 3. The 4, there goes 34 to pit road. Carter Friesen cannot make it the rest of the race. He has to come down the pit road right there, yields to pit road. So Carter Friesen, after not having pit this race, has to come down on lap number 25 with 13 to go. He's going to be able for a yellow flag to come out so they can catch back up to the group. Stuart Haas Racing wins run 2 at the front. Hernandez leads the way. Scott Gregory in second. Luke Ray the 2 to the inside. He wants a piece of the action at the front of the field. Down the backstretch, Luke trying to get beneath the 4. The 14 will give him the push to his teammate up top. Can Luke side draft the 14 back to him? He did. Luke stayed down there. Hernandez stays clear. The 4 definitely has the best dominant car here tonight. He's got a shot to win at the end as well if everything stays calm. 3 wide for second. Riley Sprague to California to the bottom of the racetrack. Coleridge giving the help to the 2 Blue Grain, trying to get the 2 back clear. And there's Crazy. It's just been lapped. So even if Yellow comes out, he's going to be a lap down. Sprague up to second at 26. Eli Bright, the 88 behind him. Eli Bright looks slow now in Sprague Tube. That's all from Derek Campbell, who narrowly missed that last crash in with Trey Rain. They're both up in the lead group still. But meanwhile, Anthony Nez leads the way in the 4 car. Contact. Jones and Bomber rubbed through the corner, but kept their car straight. Derek Campbell help from Adam Garcia back to the line. 11 to go. Can anyone run down or down the car? Hernandez in the 4. He's been set to restart first twice this race, and both times he's come down pit road and surrendered the lead. It's been Carter Friesen who got the lead. But the 4th have had the best car under green flag conditions. But here comes Hamill, help from Adam Garcia, the 22 going with the 20. How about looking 3 wide? Chaser Adam Garcia pushes Derek Hamill by to the lead. Now can Garcia look for the lead in 3 and 4. He's looking low. Buford slid up almost on the side of the 95. How about Roman Fenway? The only reason he's still up in this lead group is because early on when they got 5 wide, he backed out of it to make sure everyone got away cleanly. 10 to go. Dead heat at the start-finish line. Garcia and Hamill side by side at turn 1. Derek led the lap by a skosh. Now Roman Fenway's number 1 to Gatorade Cup Series race to the inside he goes. How about Trey Rainey going 3 wide? Out of line, Trey Rainey won ISM early in the season. Out to the front in the Sony 500. We're under 10 laps to go now. The intensity is ratcheting up. Everyone knows you have to get in position. Look at Hamill sideways through 3 and 4, making a big move out line. Side by side, Brommer and Trey Rainey side by side to the line. 9 to go. The race leader's Trey Rainey at the line. By inches, Trey Rainey led that lap. Brommer, the 6, to the front of the field. He has a nice gap as well with the rest of the field. Down the backstretch. How about Jake Richardson? He has slight damage because he was involved in that first yellow flag of the race, but he's kept it in the lead group in the draft. He's battling now inside the top 5 late in the going. 4 wide. Marcus Hutchins making these big moves along with Max Anderson all race long. It's been those two making the big moves. They're right now lined up, second and third. Sachi moves up, Anderson to the bottom. 8 laps to go in the Sony 500. Who has timed it right? Can anyone get by Ryan Brommer? Nichols, 48 out of line. Scott Gregory, 14, 4 wide. How about Fitzwater was sideways in the second yellow flag of the race, saving his race car from keeping others crashing. He's going for second as they're making contact. Gregory and Nichols are not letting each other get away. Those are the 2 winningest numbers in Gatorade Cup Series history, 14 and 48. They were banging doors down the backstretch. Schoen's a big 4 wide move, aggressive out of the 21. He won here last season in the first Auto Club race. It was his 10th Gatorade Cup Series win when he did it last season. He's looking for his 12th here tonight. 7 to go. Brommer the 6, 4 wide. Oh, close. Contact made. Still rubbing. Still shoving. How about Michael Gregory in the lead group, the 41? He had lost the draft. Then the yellow flag came out. He's back in it with side damage on both sides of the race car as Fitzwater wants lead. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. coming around at 6 to go, trying to lead them around. Spurley-Tube, Rainey, Hernandez, Fenway, Luigi, Rainey, Bright, Garcia, Fitzwater, the leads the way in the 9. They're catching William Seaman. Will this cause an accident off of turn 1? Seaman gonna run middle of the racetrack. Fitzwater trying to get around the bottom. He does. They're slowing up, trying to get around. They might wreck. Contact made. Anderson, the 83, has some damage on the outside. He may have hit the 2 of Luke Rainey, but we're still going straight. We're still green. Seaman up top. He's dropping that whole outside lane back. Luke Rainey gonna try and get down low as quick as he can to get around, but he's still staying behind him. I don't know why Luke would do that. He's gonna go around the outside, but he might lose touch with the draft. At the front of the field, Brommer leads in the 6. Spurley-Tube to second, 5 to go. Yellow flag would end it. How about that? 3 California natives. Spurley-Tube, Schoens, and Cole Luigi, all up in this lead group. In the dominant car of the night, Hernandez coming back as Brommer does the crossover on Spurley-Tube for the lead. Fenway goes 3 wide to 13. That's for second. Brommer has maybe had the second best car tonight. Once he got out front, he held it for a few laps, but I think Hernandez definitely the best car. Question is, will he time it right? 4 to go. Brommer, the 6, leads the way. Fenway, the 13, he's looking low. With up from the 18 of Trey Rainey up to turn 1. Trey's going to look 3 wide here. Got such a good run, he had to take it. Trey Rainey, 3 wide. Fenway puts in the middle lane. And the 4 is pushing the 18. You have to know if you're Trey Rainey, hey, that's the best car. Keep it behind you. Don't let him pass you. Look at Schoen's a big run, the 21 out line in the draft. 3 to go this time by. Hernandez, the 4 to the inside, Trey Rainey. Garcia, Fitzwater also up here. Here comes Nichols with Richardson, Hamill. Who gets it done? 3 laps to go. Hernandez leads the way in the 4. Levi Schoens is up here. Adam Garcia. So many drivers looking for either their first ever Gatorade Cup Series winner or their first of the season. The 2 that battled for the championship last season. Schoens and Hernandez go side by side. Garcia goes 3 wide. Adam Garcia, big move out of line, the 22 car. Isaac Nichols is pushing. Does Nichols go 4 wide? He's looking. He's thinking. He sees that 3 is a huge run. He's going to go to the inside now. Nichols for the top spot. He'll take it easily. Here they come off turn number 4. Back to the stripe. This time by 2 laps to go in the Sony 500. Derek Campbell goes 3 wide. Nichols led the lap. They're 3 wide off to turn number 1. Derek Campbell to the inside. They're looking 4 wide. Fitzwater to the inside. Riley Spurley-Tube with them. Marcus Sachi up to the lead group. Spurley-Tube goes 3 wide. Down the backstretch. White flag. This time by Riley Spurley-Tube 3 wide for the lead. But chaser Marcus Sachi goes 4 wide for the lead. Marcus Sachi to the top spot coming to the white flag. But it's Roman Fenway going to the inside. Here comes Eli Bright, Marshall Burrow, and Jonathan Buford. White flag, last lap. Sachi led the lap. But Fenway's the inside. Eli Bright with him, the 88. Marshall Burrow, the 95 there as well off to turn 1. There goes Eli Bright. Eli and Fenway go side by side. Burrow goes 3 wide now on turn number 2. Who gets back around front? 3 wide for the win. Can Buford go 4 wide for the win? Turn number 3 for the final time in the Sony 500. Burrow slides up. Jonathan Beaver looks forward, but got tight down low. Burrow's gonna get away. He's had a miserable second stretch of the season, but clear in the front. They go 4 wide. Checker flag. Who wins it? Burrow gets it done. Marshall Burrow wins the race. His 4th victory of season number 10, and maybe what he needs to get back into the championship fight. 15 points for Chaser Marshall Burrow as he wins the Sony 500. 4 wide pass. What a run down to the checker flag. Look at the 3 of Kashamerson through the middle. He got such a good run to hold back the 95 win the race because I thought the 3 would have gotten there in time, but Marshall Burrow by about half a car length wins the Sony 500. The margin of victory just over 300ths of a second. A great points day for Marshall Burrow and the rest of the chasers that finished the race in the lead group. Let's go see the finish results from a crazy Sony 500 at the Auto Club Speedway. Here are the finish results from the Sony 500 at the Auto Club Speedway. 3 caution flags tonight for 12 laps, and 15 lead changes. 11 different drivers saw the lead here tonight in the Sony 500. Marshall Burrow only had to lead 1 lap to victory lane for the 95. The last lap led for the 95, and a 4 wide bold moves wins him the race. Kashamerson charged off the final corner, but didn't have the run or the time to make it work. He ends up in 2nd. Eli Bright so close in 3rd. Roman Fenway in 4th, and Jonathan Beeford running out the top 5 in the 1 car. How about that? The top 5 all separated by less than a 10th of a second. So close at the finish line. Marcus Hachi, next highest chaser, in 6th. 7th for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 8th, Isaac Nichols. 9th, Edwin Mendez. Levi Shones rounding out the top 10. It was a bad night for chasers here tonight. Only 2 finished inside the top 10. I believe only about 6 or 7 finished running here tonight. It was definitely a wild card for the chasers. You don't really think of Auto Club as a wild card race, but here this season, it was for sure a wild card race. How about Derek Hamill 11th? Riley Spurley, even though it's a 12th place finish, not really what you would think of in terms of, being a great night. It got him 10 points, and it got him up closer to the points lead. Trey Rainey 13th, Cole Luigi 14th, Adam Garcia in 15th. They have Jake Richardson 16th, Anthony 17th, Brian Breimer 18th, Scott Gregory 19th, Michael Gregory rounding out the top 20. 21st for JJ Reed, Luke Rennie in 22nd, 23rd for Max Anderson, and then Steve Morgan 24th, Sebastian Kugelon 25th, Anthony Fox 26th, and Diego Yepes in 27th. Anthony Fox, the last of our chasers on the lead lap. He was the 5th chaser here tonight, and he finished in the 26th position. So 26th place, got 8 points towards the championship. Carter Friesen, I really think that he just kind of gave this one away. He had one of the best cars here tonight. Definitely could have run at the top 10 if he would have come down pit road. If he came down pit road at the halfway mark with everyone else, he would have had enough fuel definitely, and he could have battled at the end. But instead, he had to come down pit road under the green flag, lost a lap, and never could recover from it. 14 laps left for the third foremost of anyone, but he ends up 28th because I would kind of blame that on the pit box there. That was some bad pit strategy. Williams as well lapped down in 29th, 30th on down out of the race. We already went over a lot of those drivers, but a lot of them were chasers. Dale Lightning, a chaser. Nathan Stapleton, Griffin Lynn, Riley Sampson, Jay Jefferson, Jose Mills. 6 chasers finished the race. 6 of them finished out and DNF'd. At the right side of the point standings, with Jose Mills' first to worst performance, he won last race and then finished 42nd here tonight. It has brought everyone else right back into the picture. Mills still keeps the points lead. That's how big his points lead was. And as well, Jay Jefferson retiring out in the same crash definitely helped him. But now they have a new second place man. Anthony Fox finished the race with 8 points, 5th highest chaser. He moves up only 4 points behind Jose Mills. Fox is up to 2nd. Jay Jefferson keeps 3rd, 46 points, 8 points behind the 27 of Mills. And you look down, you see, how about drivers like Carter Friesen coming forward. He has 45 points. He's only 9 points behind. Marcus Sachi is only 10 points behind. You're looking, you see Marshall Burrow is 11 points behind. Rouseberry was 12 points behind. They're still within this championship race for sure. They're all within a race of now of Jose Mills' points lead. You have drivers that are just on the edge, just, their fingertips still hanging on. Nathan Stapleton, Adam Garcia, and Dale Lightning. They all have points within the 30s. They can all try, but I think these two are definitely out of it now at this point. Riley Sampson and Griffin have had terrible chases thus far. They're down not even, they're in the 20s in points. I just don't think it's going to be enough for the 7 and the 40 teams this season. I think their biggest hopes are that they can try and just go out there and win a ton of races and try and get points back that way. But otherwise, I still think there's a lot of drivers within this championship race. Can Jose Mills try and rebound next race? We're starting a new slate. It'll be the second half now of the chase coming up, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see if maybe some drivers can try and turn on the last 6 races of the season. Can they try and erase Jose Mills' points lead that he has gathered up through 6 chase races? Chase race number 7 goes, and we stay out west in the Subway 500 at the ISM Raceway. I will see you guys then.